Hey everybody, it's Mr. Scoppa here on March 6, 2015 with an update of what's going on. Hey, there's lots of things going on. It seems like it's been brighter outside, which is a great thing, and I hope that keeps up because the brighter things during the day means that spring is coming, and hopefully we'll get rid of all this white stuff that's out there and everything. And but it is still cold out there, and so as a reminder, please make sure that your kids still have things that are appropriate to go outside in, and that they're dressed appropriately for the school day. Warm clothes, always a good thing. We haven't gone outside recently because the temperature's been too low, or the days that it has been warm enough, we haven't had enough time to head outside. But that still is a possibility for recess, so those warm clothes available here is a really big, important thing. But dressing appropriately for the weather on any day is always an important thing. So just a little reminder about that. So for ELA, we've gone from learning about the colonial periods and becoming experts in things to now we're moving on to some historical fiction writing, and we're going to use our information from being experts on that to develop a story about a tradesperson who happens to be in the expert field that they had, whether it was a blacksmith or a carpenter or a cooper or a shoemaker or a printer. All the kids were assigned different groups earlier on, and how they would help out a family that was a mother, a father, a 12-year-old boy, and a 5-year-old girl coming from England, coming to a colonial New York town, and how they would help out. So we're in the early stages of that writing where they're developing their characters before we go through and start writing the story with that. So in the end we'll have a finished product that will hopefully be pretty accurate historical fiction using some of the vocabulary and all the good things that we've learned about the colonial period so far. In math, we're doing fractions, and there are more fractions, and fractions are really important things, and we're working as hard as we can on all that, and so we're working through. And the big thing is I've gotten a couple emails from parents lately saying, my son or daughter is stuck, and my big thing is with that is make sure they bring home their binders and remind them that they should be bringing home their binders, because the homework really is an extension of the things that we're working on in class, so that way they can look back and see what they were doing in class and how they were doing that, and then being able to move that forward to extend on into the homework that goes along with that. But the other big thing about fractions is a lot of work with multiplication and division. Now remember, every night since November, there's been multiplication and division flashcards written down in their agenda. They should be practicing those each night and going through and working on those and getting those things fluently down. I am going to be sending home some personalized invitations for people to be spending more time at night working on that, because there are some people that are still stuck. Remember, every Thursday we do our fluency tests on this, and there are still some people who after 17 weeks aren't past the 6th level there. So we want to make sure that we get them really pumping along, because we need to get them fluent with those math facts, because that will help for their achievement this year and next year and every year after that, and that's a really important thing. And then a really cool thing that they did this week that they may or may not have talked about was we had another video conference. This time it was a video conference with a 2nd grade class, Mr. Creed's class in Pennsylvania. And we did a video conference. It was supposed to be on Monday for Read Across America Day, which is the holiday that's out there that goes along with Dr. Seuss's birthday, but because they had a delay, we delayed that until Tuesday, and then on Tuesday we got together and we spent about 40 minutes online together using the board as a way for the kids to see, and I had the camera set up right next to the board, and they read Horton Hears a Who. Each student got to read a page out of it to the other class, while Mrs. Smith, one of the other 4th grade teachers, was showing the pictures on there so they could see that. And then the 2nd grade class read a Dr. Seuss book back to us, and then we kind of asked a couple questions here and there. So I am going to attach a video. It's a long video because it's the whole thing, but if you want to see your son or daughter doing some reading out loud to a 2nd grade class, we're reading in the first half of the video, but that link will be below this one in the email. So with that, I hope you have a good weekend, and don't forget, Sunday is springing ahead. So your time is going to go ahead 1 hour. Don't forget that. So that means that 9 o'clock is really 10 o'clock and so forth, so that's going to throw off all your schedules and things like that and all your timing. So make sure you do that so people get here on time on Monday. So with that, have a good weekend, and sorry we're all losing a weekend. No, we're not losing a weekend. Sorry we're all losing 1 hour this weekend. So take care.